Greetings, chess players! My name is Chris Torres, and this is my daily chess musing for January 9th, 2021. In chess, we call starting the game with the material handicap playing at odds. I enjoy playing my private students games at odds because it is both a simple and fun way to compensate for the difference in skill level between a teacher and a student. After each student victory, I lower the odds given, and in this way, my students are rewarded with a more challenging experience for each achievement. Of course, I didn't invent the idea of giving odds in chess, but rather learned the practice by studying the games of the great 19th century masters. Any fan of Paul Morphy has also come across many of his attacking masterpieces played at odds. Another master of the 19th century, Howard Staunton, was also a proponent for the practice of giving odds in chess. In fact, in his 1849 work, The Chess Player's Companion, Staunton devoted more than half of the 510 pages to the art of odds giving. I still follow many of Staunton's suggestions on odds giving to allow my students to have equal chances at winning. Sadly, though, playing chess with fun handicaps began to fall out of fashion during the late 19th century and has now all but disappeared outside of lesson format. Perhaps with so many advancements in computer chess engines, playing at odds will gain in popularity in the near future by making man versus machine matches competitive again. Personally, I hope so, because starting a game with a material deficit fundamentally changes the opening strategy and thus forces the odds giver to be more creative during the early going. In a moment, I will present a recent game I played against a talented young student played at rook's odds. Hopefully you find the game and idea of playing at odds to be inspiring. In this game, I am playing at odds, and is black. There is no rook on h8, so therefore I am playing at rook's odds. e4, d5, the Scandinavian defense. 2ex d5, knight f6, c4, e6, dx e6, bishop takes e6. I gave up a pawn early to gain a lead in development. This idea is broadly referred to playing a gambit, and in this particular case, I am playing the Icelandic gambit. Such openings are very aggressive, which is an appropriate style if you're starting a game at odds with a material deficit. 5d4. My opponent chooses to occupy the center directly. 5 bishop b4 check. Now I have 3 pieces developed, and my opponent has yet to develop his first. 6 knight c3. And now he has 1 piece developed, but it is pinned, so it doesn't really count. 6 knight to e4. I add pressure to the pinned knight and create some early complications. 7 queen b3. 7 queen takes d4. I take my opponent's center pawn and offer him my bishop, but it's a trap. 8 queen x b4. My student takes the not so free piece. Queen takes f2 check, and I take his belly button with check. 9 king to d1. Knight takes c3. I don't like this move. I made a mistake. I should have played knight c6, developing with the threat against the queen. For instance, knight c6, and then if white plays queen takes b7, I can play queen takes f1, king c2, knight d4, check-a-rooski, king b1, and then queen d3 is a pretty checkmate. But I missed it. So after 9 king d1, I played knight takes c3, and my opponent played bx c3. He failed to punish my mistake. A better plan would have been, after knight takes c3, if he took back with his queen, queen takes c3, queen f1, check, queen e1, interposing, then I can take g2, knight goes to e2 to make sure the rook's defended, then I develop a piece, knight c6, preparing to castle and say check, bishop to d2, and then bishop g4, pinning the knight to the king, rook g1, attacking, and queen e4. And even though white is objectively better, at least I have created lots of complications and tactical opportunities for black. But having said that, white is objectively better in this position, and this is what my student should have played. But he played, after 9, knight takes c3 check, he played pawn takes c3. And this time I get it right. Knight c6, developing with the threat. Queen takes b7, and now I have a mate in 3. Black to move, mate in 3. I will give you 1 minute. Rook d8 check. Of course, queen takes f1 is also good, but it does not lead to the direct mate. So I played rook d8 check, bishop d3, rook takes d3 check, bishop d2, and then queen takes d2, checkmate. If you enjoyed today's daily chess musing about playing at odds, be sure to check out the Daily Chess Musings Facebook page. Follow me on Twitter at Torres Chess. Join our Daily Chess Musings Club on chess.com and peruse through all of our free lessons at dailychessmusings.com. If you want to play me a game at odds in a private lesson, my information about private lessons is also available on dailychessmusings.com. And with that, I bid you adieu until tomorrow. But before you go, please remember to hit the subscribe button.